At this rate, they'll soon be giving a car with every bracelet. But the models don't go with. You have to supply your own. And when milady goes to the theater, even her jewels must be dramatic. Cellophane with brilliants or diamonds are the latest. And the novelty of displaying them against the beauty of the motor car interior is the last word.
Well, hey guys, I think I've told you twice now that this car was going away, and indeed I finished the project list twice, and then the owner came up with something else for me to do. And that's fine. I love having the car here. I love working on it. I just wish I could stop lying to you guys. What we're going to concern ourselves with this time is upholstery. Now, well, I should say this time, this is going to be a long time in the making, so we're going to start with removing upholstery for now, because I have got to get samples off to SMS Auto Fabrics in Oregon. Unfortunately, the days of Hampton Coach and then LeBaron Bonney are gone. You can no longer just buy kits. And I have been through an upholstery course, but it's been, let's see, I graduated high school in '99, and then 2 years at tech school, and then I worked a year, and then, so 03-ish, 02, 03 is when I really, the last time I did any amount of upholstery from scratch. So I'm going to send them fabric samples. I know they'll have what I need. I just don't know what all they have ready-made and what all I will have to sew myself. So come along and join me. Like I said, for now we're just going to be removing everything. So let's remove it. Just take a little bit better look at what we're dealing with here. Obviously the driver's seat is going to be the worst, and we're about worn down through the cotton batting there. Door panels, this one's been rubbed down completely by the arm over the years. Water stains. The back seat is almost tolerable. I don't know, a guy could really clean it up, see what he came up with, but that's all original. Headliner, same story, stained, mouse holes, windlace is all torn up. It's just seen better days. And I'm going to have to order some knobs. Looks like we got all the escutch. Well, that one's broken, but the carpet still exists in the back. And actually on these Style Masters, please correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, we'll go full carpet, but I think Style Masters had a rubber mat up front. So for now, let's pop this front seat out and really empty this car out. I just have no idea where I'm going to put any of this. Oh well, never stopped me before. Oh, and here's another little mystery. Everything looks like it would have been a tan or a taupe or a whatever, a pinstripe two-tone tan color. You look in the spec sheets from the factory, Style Master should have been gray. Even between the seats there, it certainly looks two-tone tan to me. But the owner really thought it had been gray when he remembers the car from back in the 60s from his youth. And in fact, years ago, he had bought a replacement headliner, and it was still in the box, all chewed up by mice because it was in the trunk, but it was gray. But everything looks tan, but we did find a spot that looked gray, and I'll show you that when we get the seat out. So we're going to try to see if we can get a matching gray. since that's what it should have been from the factory. If not, we'll go with tan. Doesn't matter much, but just kind of an interesting thing. Oh, we're down to the burlap over there. Okay. We're just going to pull up the front of the seat. We'll run around the other side. Now it says to disconnect this rod from a retainer, but it's obviously already disconnected. And it would be on the underside of the frame. So I think I'm going to unbolt the seat. Hey look, I found a starter pedal knob. That's a good find. Ew. There you are. Can you see that? Look at that two-tone gray. I'll bring you in closer in a minute. Let me get this cushion out of here. Wow. Oh yeah, you could see it. We'll bring you in closer anyway. So there's our original colors, or at least closer to them. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a swatch right out of that and send it in. Seven Up, don't you know? Oh, that's bad. Mask and trash bag time, I guess. As you can tell, I've been pretty industrious on the right side. Got the rear trim off, the door panel off. Started pulling the windlace off till I got to the headliner, and I'll wait till I actually remove the headliner for that. So let's switch over to the left-hand side. I'll show you what we're doing. To start with, take the rear armrest off. That just pops up. Oh, it should anyway. This one's been made permanent somehow. Wow. Sorry I had to change batteries. I don't know if you saw that, but it was some tar stuff or something was keeping that stuck down, so we got that off. Now I'm going after the garnish molding here. And since I'm here, I'll get the little hook. Dust from the ages. Okay. Put our little clip back so we don't lose it. Okay, and our rear panel's ready to come off. It's nailed back here. And up here. Now for the door panel. I don't have the correct size, style of handle remover. You know, these typical ones, they're actually too small to grab. Well, I should just say they're the wrong size. You can typically get these with a pick. Sometimes that clip wants to go flying, but usually pretty successful. Just like that. And it's between the actual handle and the escutcheon, not back behind. So there's a spring underneath this door panel, and you can push against that spring and get yourself some room there. So I'll get the other two, and then we'll get our garnish molding off. This thing's got some welting on it as well. Looks like they just sewed it to some cardboard and stuffed it in there. Okay, now there's a tack strip with nails on angles, and these things are so old and bad that they really want to break. You're supposed to work your way around evenly, pop the whole thing away from the door about a 1/4 inch, and then go back a 1/2 inch, and you just keep going until it's loose. That's good in theory, but it seems like getting these things to move at all, a lot of them just want to snap. So I honestly don't know what I'm going to get myself into as far as repairing that. We'll just have to see once we get that far. This one's coming off a lot easier than the right hand side did. I may have spoke too soon. Okay. There's our door panel. Here we can see those coil springs that were underneath the escutcheons for the handles. Don't want to lose those. Come on. There we go. Alright, the last thing I need to do today, get this interior completely 100% out, is get headliner off, which means sun visors as well, and unfortunately the garnish molding around the inside of the brand new windshield, yeah, that's all got to come out again. I never even finished installing the bottom screw on the center bar, but anyway, that's got to come out in order to remove and reinstall headliner and windlace. After I get the headliner out, windlace will come out, and that'll be it. So let's get this done. Well, once a liar, always a liar, I guess, because, well, here we are, I'm doing something else. I can't stop lying to you guys. Anyway, I thought it might be beneficial to show you what to do with this darn windlace. Once you get to this point, it's fairly obvious going up over the door. Just got to peel it off, basically. pull the tacks out of the tack strip. So you got this kickboard, kick panel, whatever they call it. We've got some tabs down here on the bottom that you can bend out, and that helps you swing that bottom out. So you can bend those, but really what you got to do, well, this passenger side we might get it. Let's see. Oh. Pull it out of there. And that's just kind of like headliner material, like the pickups had. Just the heavy cardboard, textured cardboard. And here we got some dust-filled insulation and 70 years of dust. You know, it's all good stuff. Now, up at the top, we've got a Phillips head screw here. And down at the bottom, inside the door jamb, there's a Phillips head. And I like to take a pick, clean that out. That way our screwdriver can grip. I hope the camera and the light, I'm trying a different light. You know, no matter how bright I make it, the camera still doesn't like it, and I'm sure it's the guy running it. I have absolutely no doubt. But I'm always surprised when I go to edit videos how dark it all is. Anyway, yeah, I could spend $1,000 on a camera and endless amount of money on lights, but you know, I'd rather put that into car parts or food for the family, you know, new pair of underwear every now and then. So, okay. Got the top and the bottom Phillips heads out. Now there's 3 screws on the side that were under that panel. And they're slotted. They're like an old stove bolt head. Then here, between the pillar, or the post, and the dash, they probably installed the windlace before they put the dash in. I don't know for sure. And they tucked it up under the sill here, so you got to pull it out of there. And then the windlace is pinched. The flange of it, this, is pinched between the post and the dash. I imagine they probably installed the windlace and then put the dash in. So you just got to work it loose, tear it out, whatever you got to do. This one's caught. The other side came out in one piece. Oh. Well, okay. We'll have to deal with that, but anyway. That is what your piece looks like that goes along the post. Obviously, they just didn't have a place for a tack strip here, so they made a channel. So we'll clean that all out of there. When we go back together. Looks like I got a little more vacuuming to do. Alright, we're just going to take one last look here real quick. Everything is out that's coming out. Ended up having to scrape the headliner insulation or the roof insulation off, and also in those pockets there on the side had insulation completely detached from the metal, and was all curled up. So I've already ordered new stick-on sound deadening and whatever heat shield from Summit, so I'll put it there and on the roof. Talked to the owner about redoing the whole floor. He said if it's intact and usable, then just leave it. I'm totally fine with that. There's nothing wrong with it, other than it's old, you know, but it's all there, so we're going to leave it. Obviously need a wall for the trunk. That's all curled over and bent. Don't know if I'll do it. We got enough to do for right now. Here's one pile here that I've been throwing. Front seat, door panel, the frame. Got a lot to do. Everything else is over here. Back seat, other door panels, carpet, armrests, kick panels, garnish moldings. Well, there you go, guys. The complete removal of all the interior and upholstery from the 48 Chevy. Yuck! You know, I'm sure it was mice, but it could have been beavers by how busy they were. It was ridiculous. It was disgusting. And the interior and upholstery itself was just absolutely rotten and brittle and gross. But we got it. Glad it's out of there. It's going to start smelling a whole lot better in the car and in the shop, I hope. And it will make it, you know, once this is all done, it will make the enjoyment of this car go up 2,000,000%. I mean, what are you doing? Oh boy. Well, armadillos aside, like I've already said, I've got, actually I already have fabric samples off to SMS. They're in the mail already, so hopefully we get that process going soon. I've got things like door panel board and windlace and heat shield already ordered. We've got a lot of sorting out, cleaning up, all kinds of all kinds of stuff to do. So probably what I'm going to do is just do videos like on rebuilding seats, door panels, headliner carpet. You know, we'll just do them in the order we do them, and that's how we'll put this thing back together. And we're just going to have to relearn this together. Because like I said, it's been better than 20 years since I've done any sewing from scratch, putting things together. But as I recall, it was actually one of my favorite classes to do in the college that I learned automotive restoration in. I really enjoyed upholstery class. And I've done a lot of things since then. You know, already sewed seat covers. I've put in on convertible top or two. You know, general fixing up and repair. But as far as cutting out patterns and sewing panels together and things like that, no, I haven't done that. So stick around. If you haven't subscribed, do that so you will know when things get uploaded. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. God bless you. We'll see you on the next one.